Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and is crypto done? Crypto's been coming back down, and I know a lot of people are feeling it. So, before we get started, make sure you take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you can get the notifications when videos are posted. All right, crypto is on its way back down, but we all know, after a run like what crypto has been doing for the past week, things have to cool off. They have to have their cool off period. We see actually the stock market moving in opposite directions of crypto. So it's starting to make you think, okay, are we no longer under the pressure of a correction or under the pressure of a crash? And I guess we're going to find out, because right now, let's look at it. Crypto for the week is now, just on the day, it's actually only down 1.16%. Bitcoin is still up in the $43,000 range. We saw it sitting at about $44,000 on yesterday. It was still up earlier today. Ethereum, 10% for the past 7 days. Okay, so that means the big day has been taken out. Just so you guys know, where we saw things up 15%, because it's only down. So that means that one big day is out of here now. But that's fine. Ethereum up down 1.83%, $3,000. For me, this is looking like a cool down, because when we look at the stock market, we see the stock market actually ran up today, but crypto had been running up on the past several days. So this I don't think crypto's done running. I think that we are cooling off. I think we may cool off for a day, maybe two. I think we're gonna continue to run. I'm not, but you never know, right? You can only watch these things and kind of check them out. All right, so we got Cardano down 5.73%. It's lost a lot of its momentum and gains. Solana actually down 4.16%. You see it's showing 0% for the past week now. Terra Luna down 3.81%. Dogecoin down 5%. Shiba Inu down 5%. We know this thing was up over 50% for the week, and it's still hanging out in that 30-cent range, but down 5% for the day. So we don't know, right? We don't know. Is it over? Are people taking their profits and making this thing tank, or is the run going to continue? Today is Tuesday, so that means we know crypto never stops trading. I mean, we got a lot of time to watch this thing. Crow up 11% for the week, down 1.81% for the day. Check out Mana and Sandbox. Mana still actually on the run, up 1.89%, up 25% for the week, and Sandbox up 0.73% for the day, and up 17.46% for the week. You guys, crypto is volatile, very volatile. You see this thing is down 5%, but after gaining 50% for the week. So a lot of people ask me, hey, is crypto done running? Hey, should I buy crypto now? No. We know our entry prices, right? We discussed our entry prices. Now, I will say Bitcoin, for the long-term hold, not for the swing trade, for the long-term hold, Bitcoin is at a very attractive price. Ethereum is actually at an attractive price, and many of these other ones, because they're still down from where they're with their highs. But for a swing trade, a get in, get up, and get out, Shiba Inu, we know the Shiba Inu has gone as high as about 70 cents. I don't see it running up that high again, at least not today, not right now. So I don't think it's back to a buy zone for a swing trade. Now, a long-term trade, definitely. Long-term, definitely, man. It may go back to that 70 cents, but right now there are no real catalysts outside of the market just getting back to stability, right? There are no real catalysts pushing these things up right now. They're just running, right? I don't think Elon has spoken on any of this. Y'all know how he does. He pumps up the crypto market like crazy. So I don't think he said anything, or anybody else has really just been a major factor in pushing crypto up to these new levels that we're seeing, outside of the fact that they're just going back to their normals, right? To where they actually should be valued. So hopefully you guys got in early. I don't think you should. Do not buy the boat right now. Do not load the boat. Again, that's my opinion. I'm not loading the boat right now. I had already loaded the boat at the lows, and I'm chilling now. I'm hanging back, got my feet up, waiting on them to go up, waiting on a point where I see them start to really come back down. So I'm like, okay, let me take some profits. I'm buying back in again on the new low. Y'all, that's how we play it, right? We buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. Those red days are the days where you want to go shopping. Those green days are when you want to hang out and take some profit. I like that, right? Those red days are when you want to go shopping. Those green days are when you want to hang back and take some profit. Ooh. Alright, I might say that more often, right? Okay. We're gonna mark this day. But yeah, so that's how I'm feeling about crypto. Let's check out the stock market. Stock market actually up today, 0.82%. S&P 500 up 8.82%. We have the Dow up 1.04%. And we have the NASDAQ up 1.28%. We see these things are being pushed back up after being flat for the past couple days and red for the most part. And, majority of the single stocks, we see things starting to go back up. Hey, is it over? Is that crash or is this correction period over? We don't know yet. I know it takes a little more time. I think that we've been experiencing a lot of downward pressure for maybe a month or two, and I do think that it's about time that things start to go back to normal. Again, I told you guys around March is when I believe after the Fed rate hikes, after the first Fed rate interest hike, that I think things will kind of be like, okay, hey, we can handle this, let's go back up, or it's more like, hey, this is terrible, and we're going to drop. So I know that March for me is going to be the next point where I see things just kind of start to be like, okay, hey, we either going to shoot straight up, we're going to shoot straight down, or we're just going to say we're going to chill out for the year. The Russell 2000 up 1.63% currently, up 1.63%. All right, so the Russell is actually up that 1.63%, showing even more pressure, buying pressure, right? It means the market's starting to kind of get right. We know still some earnings today. There was some good earnings today, and I believe those are what pushed up the Dow based on the news that I have found. And the Russell is very close, as far as some of those heavy technology plays in there, things of that nature. So, you all excuse me. So, yeah, you'll see that. Let's check out the heat map, right? Let's check out our heat map. We know we like our stock market heat map. It kind of tells us what the lay of the land looks like. And look at energy. This is one thing I caught earlier, and I was like, wow. But still, energy is way up. So again, this could be a cool down day for a sector like that. While everything else is running up, energy decided to cool down today. So we see companies like Exxon down 2.58%, Equinor ASA down 2.45%, Chevron down 1.52%. So this isn't flat. This is actually down. So that's something to take note of. I have not seen any news or any catalyst saying, hey, why the energy sector is being pushed down or that it's going to continue to go down. But we know we've seen a lot of news as far as earnings and technology and NASDAQ and the Dow and the S&P 500 saying, hey, we should see some more buying pressure in these sectors. So we see technology sector looking pretty bright green over here. Microsoft actually up 1.20% for today. Apple up 1.85%. Apple has really been hanging strong in this $170 to $175 range. And I like to see that because I think I'm in right now at about $170 at an average price. Again, it's a big dog company, so I'm not afraid to hold this for long term. I know that they're going to continue to do things, do good things. I know they continue to, boost up their products, drop a new phone every year, stuff like that. People going to continue to invest in their company and invest in the hype. So I'm down for that. Financials, Wells Fargo up 2.48% today. Y'all know if you've been hanging out, if you've been paying attention, that's what we're jumping into, right? We're trying to get into a little bit of Wells Fargo. We Bank of America is its alternative. We have Morgan Stanley with Goldman Sachs being its alternative. It seems like Morgan Stanley has really been outperforming Goldman Sachs from what I've been seeing. So, hey, I picked Goldman Sachs and I picked Wells Fargo. Maybe I need to kind of, get into Morgan Stanley instead of making an alternative. I'll jump into both. So that's just something to be noted, right? Financials are looking pretty good, pretty bright green in majority of the sector. PayPal, however, is still taking a beating, down 0.95%. One thing that I did find out, I saw an article saying that insiders are still buying PayPal. I believe it was said that $1 million was used to buy PayPal shares by the president and CEO of the company. Do not take that for a fact. It was an article I found. It was on Benzinga. You guys go look it up for yourselves if you really want to get into that. So this makes me to where I'm not so hesitant. I'm not in the rush to get out of this. Again, I'm already knowing this is a solid future company. I know that their eBay news may put some fear and uncertainty and doubt out there, but I'm still fine with holding on to this for the long term. We have the communication services sector where Google's up 0.14%. Facebook steady taking a beating, down 2.10%. I'm not sure how I feel about Facebook, guys. I'm gonna have to do some. I know how I feel about Facebook. I'm still happy. I hate to see those losses. I wish I could have got out while I was at the top instead of holding, and I'm now taking this beating. But I'm gonna continue that dollar cost average in. I'm gonna wait for the new news. I'm gonna wait for meta platforms to really show up and show out, and I'm gonna make money, right? I'm gonna be at the top, right? That's what I'm hoping to see. That's what I expect out of Facebook on the long term. Again, this is something that they're building infrastructure on. That's definitely gonna be a minimum of 3 years before we see the metaverse really blow up. It's still been kind of glitchy, and I know it's a lot going on, a lot of development going on there, and they're doing hiring for those jobs in that development. So I'm looking forward to that. On the healthcare side, Pfizer. I think they had earnings today. I wonder how those earnings went, right? Still between that $50 and $56 range, just on this way down 2.84%. But it really makes me think they may have not have had a good earnings, especially seeing the rest of the sector is actually doing pretty well. Or pretty flat, should I say. Johnson & Johnson up 0.26. Moderna actually down 4.34%. Pfizer down 2.84%. So again, this is something I've been hesitant about getting into because I saw where it's kind of limited at, where it kind of hung out at, and I didn't see us being profitable in it. I thought Johnson & Johnson would be the profitable play. So yeah, that's kind of the one I thought about. Again, I did not get into that, and I have not gotten into it. I'm not really taking it into consideration right now. Just something that I try and keep an eye on in case we change our minds. Consumer cyclical. Amazon up 2.20%. Booming. We know that Amazon is up based on news that they said they were going to buy a company called Peloton. And Peloton is actually running. It ran today like crazy. So if you were in there, if you was in Peloton, if you watched some of the news, you knew it was a catalyst on yesterday, maybe you bought into that earlier today and you enjoyed some of the profits. We know that when Amazon runs or JD.com runs, Baba is usually going to follow despite the news, only because they're in the similar sector and they're the big dogs for these sectors. So that's just something to keep in mind. And eBay as well. So Baba's up 6.17%. JD.com is up 3.02%. We have Tesla up 1.62% for today. And I think those are the major ones we look for in that sector. I already discussed energy. Industrials are looking like they're pretty flat. Consumer defensive, it's actually looking pretty flat. Walmart up 0.02%. Costco up 1.02%. Target up 0.79%. So nothing major to look at, right? Real estate pretty down and flat. Utilities flat. Basic materials pretty green and flat. So from what I'm seeing, I don't see anything for us to really look forward to, at least not right now. I have been hearing a lot of news and a lot of hype behind SoFi. So I just wanted to show you guys Peloton. You see they ran up 25% today during market hours based on news that Amazon's going to make a purchase. And they ran up another 3% in the aftermarket based on the same news. So a total gain of 28% today. Really 29%, including the point. So about 29% today they run up. So that's how important this news and the catalysts are to try and get in, and especially if you just want to make you some quick money, get in, get up, get out type money. So those are the type of things you want to look for. I've been hearing news about SoFi. I've been hearing news about SoFi. You guys know I'm invested in SoFi. We talked about it originally before it ran up past that $15 mark about a month ago, right? We saw it come up to here. We saw it come up here to $15, and we saw it come back down, right? This was actually the first time we mentioned it. I was telling you guys I was in there. I was averaging in more. And I was telling you guys get in there because of the bank. They got approved for that bank. So now they slowly come back down. They slowly stabilized. I'm hearing that there's some short interest pressure, and this could be a short run play, right? This thing will go to the moon, similar to what it did here. And that's a $3 increase in a day. That's pretty major, right? I believe that's about from its current price about 10%. I want to say if it goes $3, about 10%. I want to say I could be wrong, but I think that's about it. 10%, 10 to 20%, somewhere in that range. I've been here, and again, this is just news, right? But we know buy the rumor, sell the news. I'm not telling you guys to go in here and jump into this. Again, I'm in here. I like it under the $13 range, under $14. SoFi is a fintech company. It is, man, it was been higher than this in the past. It's been as high as $20 in the past. And if you can get it here, right there, that's about 48% gains if it goes back to that price of $20, right? It's back to the price of $22. So that's something to be aware of. You guys keep your eyes on SoFi because, hey, if it does do that run, you do not want to miss out. You do not want to buy it while it's already at the moon. Just something to keep an eye on this week because I've been hearing a lot of news behind it. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what we do. So that's what I got for you guys today, right? I think crypto's cooling off. We had a lot of news behind Amazon and Peloton. Peloton's been the major run up today. I missed it while at work. SoFi, I'm been hearing and seeing some news behind it about a short run. You guys, again, I'm not telling you guys what to get into. I'm telling you guys what I'm keeping my eyes on, companies that I'm already invested in, and what I think about them as far as the long term. If y'all have any other questions, you guys make sure you leave comments, send me a message in my inbox. Everybody who's been sending me messages in my inbox, you guys know I'm very responsive and I enjoy helping you. If there's anything you want to look into, any research you want to do, let me know. We'll do it together on the channel. I thank you guys for joining me on Journey to Become Wealthy, and I hope y'all have a good night.